Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's episode of Brain Noms. Just a quick trigger warning, we are going to be talking about some of the ways abortion happens in this episode, so if you are sensitive to that information, now is the good time to click on out of this video and probably go check out some of our other videos in that little sidebar over there. Until then, everybody else, let's get right to it. In the cornucopia of government-supported social services, Planned Parenthood is a true olive. Ask people their opinions on it, and you're rarely gonna get a neutral response. How many people do you know that only sort of like olives? For clarity, let's split the abortion debate into two camps and two teams. There are the people who say abortion is okay, and people who don't. To the folks who say no, let's see if we can understand them just a little bit better. Let's see if we can empathize. People on this side of the debate literally feel that a fetus is a person from the moment the little spermy fella says howdy to the little egg fella in the mama egg, and so from there, any type of abortion means you are literally killing babies. Murder is bad, so it makes sense that defunding Planned Parenthood and cutting down on murder is good. Very straightforward. Don't kill babies. Planned Parenthood, if it kills babies, shouldn't do that. Murder's bad, let's not do that. The logic there actually makes sense. You can kind of empathize with that. The people who say it's your choice, in a way, actually agree with that. Murder is bad. Shouldn't do murder. Murder is generally a bad thing, which is why you can't have an abortion at 8 months and 29 days pregnant. In fact, if you hit 24 weeks, you just can't have an abortion. And in most states, you can't even get that far. But before then, the guys on this side argue that it's kind of just a bunch of cells. It's not a baby. It's no more murder than peeling a sunburn. Gross, but definitely not murder. They also add a little bit more nuance to the debate. They add that forcing very young people who may not have the cash and who are really, really young and really, really scared into parenthood is doom. Not just to the young parent, but to the new kid who doesn't have people ready to take care of it. For both sides of this, it's not hard to imagine why everybody is freaking out. Everybody thinks they're doing the right thing, and that the other side is the throw the baby over the wall full Sparta levels of bad. Also, no matter if you agree or not, just because the government says no doesn't mean people stop. Example, prohibition, cough, cough, alcohol, cough, cough, everybody has the drunchies, cough. Saying no to abortion doesn't reduce it, it just makes for more unsafe abortions. Before the legalization of abortion and places where you can actually get one, people often resorted to the use of, honestly, in the first draft of this, we wrote dangerous means, but I want to be 100% real with you here. People who don't have access to abortion resort to coat hangers and drinking bleach. Very dangerous means in a desperate attempt to terminate a pregnancy. And as you might expect, these attempts are frequently ending in serious injury and even death. An abortion is one of the safest medical procedures you can have. But the in-home, unsafe kind people do on their own lead to 68,000. Try and fathom that number, not as a statistic, but as every single one of those 68,000 people is a girl who was really scared and needed to get rid of that pregnancy and went home and died because of it. Every year around the world, that happens to almost 70,000 young girls. And to many, that's what not going back means. They believe that we as Americans must not return to a time when people are pressured to take matters into their own hands and risk dying because they can't get the help they need. But this goes far beyond abortion. Only around 3% of Planned Parenthood actually provide services actually related to abortions. That's like a freckle on the face of Planned Parenthood's complete services. Seriously, abortion aside, if you had cancer, I would want you to be able to get checked. I like you. You should be able to know if you have cancer. And guess what? Planned Parenthood does that. They do that for 1 million people, 1 million cancer screenings in a year. If you had a sexually transmitted infection and were all itchy in your nether regions and freaking out over why your little amigos were the wrong shade of green, I would want you to be able to find out and get treated ASAP. By the way, Planned Parenthood gave out 4.5 million tests and treatments for that exact kind of case. And because who doesn't love a good wingman, Planned Parenthood gave out 3.6 million contraceptives so that you and your special little friend can have a fun and safe time and hopefully not ever have to come in for the abortion services in the first place. For so many people, you kind of understand the argument they make when they say we must not return to a time where screenings and tests for potentially deadly diseases are a privilege only some Americans can afford. That's why the hashtag We Won't Go Back is so important. And you can see our hashtag breakdown in our other video in that little sidebar over there. So now that your brain has nommed all of this information, if you're ready to put your foot down for either side, here's how you can do it. If you support Planned Parenthood, the most direct way is going to be to make a donation. Planned Parenthood has pledged to keep their doors open, but when federal funding gets pulled in January, and it likely will, it'll be one of the first things to go. In like 60 days, there's gonna be a hole in their budget, and fast. Since just this election, there has been over 160,000 donations to Planned Parenthood. If you're down for the cause, increasing that number is a good thing. Be the one more who donates. Even just $5 makes a difference. That covers about 10 minutes of care from one registered nurse. Those are those nice people who make you feel really safe and fuzzy inside when your doctor is saying all sorts of things and you're like, yes? Support those nurses and give Planned Parenthood a donation. And hey, if you want something for your donation and you are a big music buff like I am, artists and bands are also selling their music and other fancy swag with all of the proceeds going to Planned Parenthood. You can see some of these bands and artists in the description below. If you're like us, students who have none of the monies and funds are tight, volunteer, provide your time. There is more information in the description on how to be a part of the amazing work Planned Parenthood provides. And if you are some of the viewers here who are underage, or if you live in a different country, or anyone else in general, you can absolutely support Planned Parenthood by following them on social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and sharing this video with your friends. Social media links in the description. And because everyone's opinion is valid here, if you aren't sure as to whether you want to support Planned Parenthood, let's talk about it. We'll include some extra reading materials in the description box as to where the funding goes, and if you find abortion to be morally unjustifiable, then that's okay. Do the same thing. Donate, volunteer, and support the charities that support parents and children throughout pregnancy and after. They could use you just as much. We found some good ones just for you. Of course, let us know we aren't talking to a wall. Or maybe we are, in which case, hello wall, you're looking wonderfully sturdy today. Yeah. Tweet to Brain Noms and show us what sort of action you were taking. Did you donate? Did you sign up to volunteer? Did you read a new article? Let us know because we learn everything from you guys. Thank you all so much to everyone for taking the time to listen to what we have to share. This was also written by my fantastic writer, Zarah. Give them a shout out in the comment box down below. They definitely deserve some credit for the work they put into researching this piece, being our first ever Talking Heads Brain Nom piece. So give them a shout out in the comment box down below. And as always, everybody like, subscribe, share these videos, and of course, comment your thoughts, what side you're on, any side in between, who do you support, and what action have you been prompted to take because of this video, if any. That's how we know we did a good job. If you got up and did something, then we did a good job making this video, so let us know in the comment box down below. And most exciting, we are so thrilled to be able to read all of your guys' comments because we're going to be responding to them in the next and very first episode of Commentary on the Brain Noms channel. Until then, everybody, we'll see you guys in the next episode. We're excited to see what your brain noms on next. Bye-bye!